So let's talk about the Modern Warfare 3 beta, or just Modern Warfare 3 in general, right? There was a lot of good in it, like the movement, for example. You know, the slide canceling was nice, and I don't mind the little delay. Some people are complaining about it. It's not a big deal. It leaves room for some outplayability there, so it's all good. It stops the spamming, you name it, right? You know, you got also things like the fast mantling, and the list goes on, you know? The gunplay felt pretty good. It felt like the weapons actually had some slap to it, and I could see what I could shoot, right? There isn't this bunch of muzzle flash, and things just are not crazy in that regard. So I liked it, right? The responsiveness to the community concerns in a super fast manner I thought was dope as well, right? We seen the battle rage changes happen like within a day, I want to say, maybe a little bit longer, don't quote me on that, right? Some weapon tuning, the visibility to see teammates and whatnot, again, the adjustment to the slide cancel delay, and the list goes on. A lot of great things, you know? And then on the flip side, there was also some funky stuff, let's be totally honest, you know, like the enemy markers, you know, still kind of bad, even though they did improve visibility so you can see your teammates more. Just overall visibility, I think, could use some improvement, you know, again, that's my opinion there. Things are just not as vibrant as I would like them to be. Coming from Modern Warfare 2, albeit a horrendous game, I still like the way things looked aesthetically, right? Especially if you look at some of the new maps like La Casa, for example, bright, vibrant, you can see dang near everything, you know? So those are some things that can use some fine tuning, again, in my opinion. And then the UI, you know, it still feels like Modern Warfare 2, but in my opinion, that's to be expected because once upon a time, this was looked as a premium expansion pack, you know, versus what it is now. And I'll be honest, I hate the Modern Warfare 2 AI, or not AI, but UI. It reminds me of Hulu, and I can't stand Hulu either, you know? But overall, I think it's a solid start to a potential redemption arc of the franchise, especially now that Activision is confirmed under Microsoft's care moving forward. And look, I don't know when Microsoft will show up, when we will really see the reflection of Microsoft owning Activision. You know, that may not be until like 2025 or beyond, but again, I digress there. So if I had to give the beta a grade, I would give it a solid B, you know, still room for improvement, but eons ahead what we had last year. Now, I'm gonna switch gears here a little bit, right? And look, what I am getting ready to talk about may piss off a few people. If it do, so be it, you know? And yeah, I could have definitely fleshed out my points a little bit more, but hey, it's already 10,000 videos that are live right now that you can go ahead and watch if you want a full in-depth breakdown of the beta. I actually want to take this video in a different direction. I want to have some real talk, so hey, lock in with me real quick. So as I mentioned previously, I gave this beta a solid B, right? Again, still room for improvement, but as I mentioned before, way ahead of where we were last year, you know? I see people out there responding online as if this beta was a D- and or F, as if it was no better than what we had last year, you know? Great example of this is people being frustrated about what we got. You know, let's use the maps, for example, right? Yo, majority of people ask for the old COD, right? And look, Sledgehammer Games delivered a product that is a valid attempt at that, right? They even brought back maps from the critically acclaimed Modern Warfare 2, you know, but yo, folks still are not happy with that, you know, because hey man, they're maps that we've seen before in some capacity, dude, we don't want that. But yo, check this out, whenever studios create new maps from scratch, oftentimes the consensus is, bruh, man, these new maps is trash, man, they ain't got nothing on the old maps, bruh. So look, they fine tune the old joints and they bring them back, you know. So in all actuality, as gamers, what are we doing? You know, like, can we just not be happy? You know, and from the eyes of a developer, it's a lose-lose situation, which is really unfortunate there. And then we got the movement stuff. Oh my gosh, yo, the movement stuff, homie. There is no shot whatsoever that you expect the exact same basic movement that you would get from a Call of Duty game that released in the mid-2000s. Like, there's no way. And trust, if they delivered that exact product to you, then you would complain about how old and archaic the game felt. Like, that's just the reality of it. Go back and play the OG Modern Warfare 2 right now, Modern Warfare 3, whatever, and I want you to lie to me. I want you to come back and lie to me and say, dude, the movement feels great, man. It feels great. It was great at that moment in time, but do not be blinded by nostalgia. Be for real. Oh yeah, and then the complaints coming in about the $70 price tag, at least if we're talking US dollars, being looked at as ridiculous. And I'll be honest, that I can completely agree with, yo. I would love for this to be that $40 premium expansion, or at most $50 for that premium expansion. You know, that would have been beautiful, 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 beautiful. But hey, look, if you want to play this year's COD, you know, what are we really going to do about it? You know, unless we all collaboratively come together, all 50 million people that play COD or that enjoy playing COD, I'm just making up an arbitrary number, and we go storm Activision and we hold them all for ransom. Maybe we get it for 40 bucks then, but that's not gonna happen, you know? And look, I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible, and I genuinely mean this. Do not think that I'm being a smart aleck or anything of that nature. If that price tag is really pissing you off, and that is like the turning point for things, if it makes you mad to a point of no return, then do not buy Modern Warfare 3. Put your foot down, draw the line in the sand, and just do not purchase it. Please, please, please save your hard-earned money and spend it on something else that you might enjoy more. Whether if it's a different game, whether if it's doing something with friends, family, whatever, like please spend that money on something that would be more suited for your time and well worth your hard-earned money being spent. And that's real talk. And look, the list of complaints just go on, honestly. You know, y'all see what's going on here though, right? No matter what product Sledgehammer Games drops this year, no matter what it was, it could be an absolute gem of a game. It was doomed from the jump because it's Call of Duty ran by the evil corporation Activision. Let's call a spade, right? And look, I'll be honest, like, that take is mad unfortunate because I do know that there are passionate developers that really put in the work on delivering a solid product this year. And by no means is this perfect. By no means. There are a lot of things that can change, is what I mentioned before, and I'm sure you guys can point out another 20 to 30 things that we would love to be adjusted. But overall, this game is a step in the right direction, and they are showing that they are willing to evolve this game to what the community is looking for, at least to some degree. And look, with that all being said, I encourage everybody to stay cautiously optimistic, you know? Cautious because Activision will always try to pull some crazy monetization BS or pull some crazy strategy that frustrates us all as gamers. But be optimistic because there is a dev team behind this project that is trying their hardest to deliver what the consumer really wants, you know? And hopefully Microsoft can bring Activision back to its glory days one day. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything crossed in that regard. We don't know when that'll happen, but hey, you know, again, remain hopeful in that. But what do you all think with my take? Do you all think I'm crazy? Am I talking out of my behind? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you all have to say. Let's have some healthy conversation, please. I love you all. Again, thank you all so much for coming and watching. Peace.